typically when I think of roadside flares, I think of like a stick. It kind of looks like dynamite, and there's a flame on the end, and it's a little bit intimidating. Or something as easy as this, and these are from Lizard Flare. It's the super bright LED roadside flare. You're getting 6 of them. Now, right off the bat, I'm gonna tell you, these are water resistant. These have a magnet and a hook, which is fantastic. They have 8 modes. It's 360 degrees of that bright LED light. So if you have a roadside emergency and you need to be highly visible, you're going to be. These run on AAA batteries, and you're getting 6, did I say that? At 50% off. So typically you'd be paying about $30 for this set. Today you're paying $14.95. Now Tom Wise is joining us. So we're gonna have some fun with the flares.
I tell you, Tamara, I love this particular piece. By the way, I always investigate, see what kind of deal this is.
Yeah.
I went on lizardflare.com.
Yeah.
These are $9.50 each, plus $7.50 for shipping.
Oh my gosh.
This is crazy. This is an awesome item. You could use this for the car. There's an emergency. This is what the road flare was made for. But if you're walking at night or you're on a bicycle, you've got a camper, these are invaluable. You've got 8 different modes, 8 different settings. You just press the button and it goes from mode to mode to mode or to off. So it's 360 degrees of super bright LED light. I'm just switching it mode to mode just by pressing the button. Not that impressive in a bright studio, but believe me, at 10 o'clock at night, you can see this from a long distance away, and this could be the difference between you being safe and you being sorry. So I even have a little story myself.
Tell me. I want to hear it.
April 22nd, I had purchased a car for a couple $1,000 from a friend who needed to sell it. I was at Bob Srakasta's house. I went through his seat cushions, got a couple grand. So I made the purchase. And then at 10 o'clock at night, I'm driving that car. The battery light goes on. The heat light goes on, the oil light goes on, and I'm like a plane looking for a place to land. I'm driving the car, I'm on the sticks, a very narrow street. It's 10 o'clock, it is pitch dark, no street lights. The only light that comes from anything is from my car, and this thing it's dying fast. So I pull over to the side, very narrow, almost avoided a ditch, there's like a bridge. This is crazy. Now, it's 10 o'clock, I'm in the middle of almost nowhere, there's no address anywhere, and it's what to do next. You've got the lizard flares, my friend, and I set those lizard flares up all over the car. I called the AAA, and then, look at this, and this is how bright it is.
Wow.
That was me. That was my car right there. And I got them all on the different modes. I got it all flashing. I got them all going. And then when the tow truck driver comes, there's no address. I just gave him a broad intersection. He goes, "Oh yeah, I see you." Oh. I'm on the phone with the guy. "Oh yeah, I see. How could you miss this?"
You
can't. You can't miss it.
It literally looks like a landing strip.
Yeah, magnets, strobe lights, flashing.
Wow, from
security.
these.
Could you imagine your daughter, your wife, something?
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I was laughing.
Yeah.
You made it sound funny. All I was thinking was, don't ride with Tom Wise because you won't get there. but these were, like you said, at the ready.
Yes.
So and they run on batteries. There's one button. So you can't get it wrong. And now people can see you, because there are a lot of times, even if there wasn't a address, sometimes when you're in a kind of a roadside, emergency, you get flustered. You don't know exactly. I don't know if I said the right address. Follow the lights.
Absolutely. Think about this. It was a dark road. It was in the middle of not quite nowhere, but about 3 miles away from my house. I had a long walk if I wanted to do this. But here's the way that I was able to be seen. And it's not a super busy road, but 10, 15 cars driving by, 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Please, it's narrow. That's how most folks get it. If it's not a disease, they get hit by a car. That's how you leave this planet unintentionally. So I'll just cycle through this so you can see that you're going to get different modes. I'll cycle through off mode, and I'll hit this button. And now you'll have all these different ways to flash. You can keep it on solid. You can keep it on super bright. You can keep it on a little bit dull. I like the European gendarme.
Look at that.
It's
Look
crazy.
How bright those are.
Yeah, see and be seen.
That's right.
What this is all about. So now they can see you. Back in the old days, Tamara, you touched on this. The old road flares was a plastic triangle. back in the 60s and 70s, it was an actual flare, like a train flare.
Yeah.
That's all you had. This way, you can be seen. It's magnetic. It's got a hook. It's rubberized.
Yes.
It'll stand up. It'll hook onto your belt buckle. So if I'm walking up and down the street waiting for that tow truck, I can put one on me so people can see me.
And people could see you as well.
Yes.
You could, and that's the idea. You're getting 6 of them. One gives off a lot of light, but when you have the entire set,
Yes.
I mean, you're covered, which is great. You mentioned like back in the road days, those old flares. We all knew what they were.
Yes.
But did any of us actually have them or use
Truck
them?
drivers
I never
had them.
did.
Truck drivers had them.
Now this is going to be for just the average car. Every car should have certain things, certain
Absolutely.
safety, kind of precautions, and this is one of them. And for less than $15, you cannot beat it.
No.
AAA batteries is how they work. That's it. That's all we have to do. So if you want to go ahead and get a few sets, do it. On FlexPay, these are less than $5 to get home on FlexPay. And they weigh like nothing. They're like 0.2 pounds.
They live in the trunk of your car. Throw a couple of batteries in there. I love the magnet. I love the hook. It allows you to be seen and be seen. So this is me back about 4 months ago. I bought that car with that Circosta couch money, and the car just died. And I went out and I'm waiting on the tow truck. It's in the 10 o'clock at night. You can see it here at the top. Keystone, 10 p.m. It's on the top of the thing. And that's me waiting, and without these lights, no one can see me. I'm in the pitch black dark.
And you know what? I know that road.
Yep.
It's very curvy.
Yes.
So somebody coming around a curve, if you didn't have those lights, I mean, who knows?
There's a little ditch and there's a little bridge there. It's very wet. It's not very safe. And I didn't even have the car actually all the way off.
Oh,
so these lights are actually on the street when I'm waiting for the tow truck. And that's exactly what happened. So I put them on different modes. I'm just hitting play here. I put them on different modes so you can see that I wanted to be seen. I wanted folks to know that I'm there. Don't hit me. Don't get in trouble yourself. And I wanted the tow truck to be able to see me.
This is so good. I'm glad that we have them. Again, it's those kinds of things that you don't really think about until you need something like this to be seen. And in that moment, what other option do you have? I like that these are not intimidating. I picked up the hook so that you can see. The magnet is right there on the back if you wanted to stick them to something. But otherwise, there's just one button. And this, I've got it in just the solid. I'm going to just press that button, and it turns it all the way off. But the more I press the button, you've got your different modes.
8 settings.
8 settings, super lightweight. They run on batteries, so you don't have to worry about charging and recharging. And you're getting 6 of them. So if you have, let's say, a new driver who's going to be off on their own, students who are driving to and from college that's 2 and 3 hours away, please go ahead and get a few sets of these.
Such inexpensive insurance. You purchase it one time. It's rubberized, it's water resistant. You can drop them, you can hook them, you've got the magnet on that. So simple to operate, and it gives you just a ton of peace of mind. I didn't anticipate being abandoned on the side of the road that night.
No.
Nobody does.
No.
All of a sudden, I'm driving the car. Here comes the battery light. That's unusual. Here's the oil light. What's going on? Here comes the temperature light. Oh, my goodness. And I'm losing power like an airplane. You're out of gas, my friend. You got to find a landing spot. So that's the best I could do, was kind of still on the road a little bit. A little bit on the road still, and it was pitch black. I go, what would you do without these lights?
Without these, that's right.
Even if I abandoned the car and walked somewhere, it's a hazard for somebody else coming.
Yes, it is.
Because the road was narrow.
So this is your time, and you can see them. You can see again how bright they are. You're getting 6 if you want to do it. You can see we're over 450 of these have been ordered, and they're 50% off. This is the lowest price that we've ever offered on these, and I like them just because if I needed to use them, or if my mom needed to use them, she wouldn't have to ask anybody how to use it. She could just press the button. There's no learning curve to these. So hsn.com or the app or the QR code, or if you want to call, you can. But please go ahead and pick these up while we've got them. And they're customer picks too.
Yes.
That just speaks volumes right there.
This solves a problem that everybody has. It's nice that it's difficult to always talk about expensive preventative things. There's no subscription here. It's a one-time purchase. You put them in the back of your car. You put them in the back of your wife's car or your kid's car. Everybody should have at least 3. You could even split them up if you wanted to. But you're going to get 6 of these. Go ahead, check on the internet, see how expensive they are. Very expensive. This is a quick, inexpensive solution, and so simple and easy to operate. I love the idea. Maybe I'm a biker or a motorcyclist, and I like to be seen at night. Go ahead, clip this on the tank, put this on your belt. If you're walking, you're hiking, you can see this. If you're a backpacker, you're going out into the wild, would it be nice to be able to be seen if something would happen? The answer is absolutely yes. And it's simple to operate. It's all that one singular button right there in the middle. You hit it, you rotate it through the 8 different options depending upon if you want it to be very, very bright, you want it to do a little bit of a circular thing. Simple. If you're a camper, if you're a bicyclist, certainly if you have a car or have a loved one that drives a car, couldn't be any easier. There's the big powerful magnet. I had these on the top of the roof. I had these on the back bumper. I laid them out in the street. I had one on my belt. So simple and so easy. You can't beat it. This is an unbelievable value. Thanks, Tamara. Very nice to have the opportunity to talk about this.
Thank you, as always. You crack me up, but you always bring the best of the best in products. So thanks. We'll see you again soon, my friend.
Thanks, Tamara.
And you can keep shopping for your flares from Lizard Flare. 867606 is the item number on those.